What is up? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Yeah. Check it out, man. Uncle Mike back in the Philippines, man. I've been here for 2 days now. I did 3 days in Sacramento. I flew into the wrong airline. Lord have mercy. Please pray. Please pray for Uncle Mike, man. Went to go visit my man Tyson Roberts and flew into the wrong airport. I had to drive an hour longer, Uber ride and everything, but we made it work, man. We made it work. Check this out, man. Jaguar Wright, the beginning of the end, part 3, goes off on Doechii, Beyonce, Grammy winner, Truth on Ray J. Truth on Ray J. Ray J, man, I feel sorry for you, man. You did a little bit of music and stuff, but you riding off your sister's coattail, and you ain't doing a good job of riding. You ain't even got your seatbelt fastened or something. Something ain't right. Y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that bell. Let's get into this bad boy. It is hotter than 100 hamburgers in the Philippines, man. Let's check this bad boy. Yeah, ha, 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 ha.
When are all of you going to acknowledge that this? When are all of you going to acknowledge that this is bigger than the reality, the false reality that you've chosen to accept? This is a fight between good and evil. What acts like God will show. What acts like the devil will show. If you keep seeing that these people that you have made gods, that you have made this, that you have made that in your mind. If you choose not to see these people as the devil, it's because you want to be just like them.
Shout out to Real Life Sweet Stars. Oh my God. Everything going crazy, man.
When are all of you going to acknowledge that what?
Whitney's, I believe it's her own cousin, I think it was, not her sister, but saying that Ray J really had something to do with it. And they said if we really go back and look at it from the party continuing with Clive to Ray J walking out, covering his face, being
hiding under a jacket while I believe, wasn't it Waffles?
Yeah, Waffles.
That scurried him out the back. As he walked past the bus that had Whitney in it, even though they had another one reported in the pictures of that. Yeah.
Should we look further into when we see things like this, that this is before social media was what social media was?
We should always look further because there's always lies. Always.
That's what the problem is. My bad, y'all. They know they ain't gonna look any further, and that's what helped cover up the lies. Who gonna pay for looking further? Who's gonna pay for looking deeper into this? And that's where they can cover up the lies. It's all about money. The more money you got, the more you can cover up stuff. The more money you have, the more you can reveal stuff because you got the money to pay for people to help reveal things. That's what the problem is.
So many people didn't even acknowledge Angie's passing.
Right.
It was almost like they were told not to.
Angie was trying to blow the whistle on her.
No, she wasn't trying to. She found out they robbed her blind. She wanted the money back, and she was ready to expose Queen Davis.
Correct. Tyler Perry spoke up for her.
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
That's not what I would call that.
Yes. That's what I thought. I was the only one. Tyler Perry went out there and said the public
Davis.
Correct. Tyler Perry spoke up for her.
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
That's not what I would call that. That sound more like to me, where's my cut?
Ooh.
That's what that sound like to me. Because Monique was very right about one thing. You don't get to be outraged over Angie when you did the same thing to her.
Mm-hmm. Come on now.
And still doing it lightweight.
Come on now.
You don't get to be outraged over Angie after what you done to Monique and still have not apologized for. You Monique's Clive Davis. You Black Davis. You ain't no different.
Come on.
But there you go, you know. Part-time fake bishop.
Wash
laying
out
your
there
hands
now.
on spiritual power bottoms.
Damn.
Allegedly. Well, not allegedly. I watched you do it.
Damn. Okay.
Like we didn't see Jake's twerking and busting out his back while the woman talking about push the baby out. We done been here before.
Damn.
Okay. And lastly, Jack, I have to ask you about,
You sure it's the last thing? Because you don't sound like you nowhere near done.
Nah, yeah, I got some more to talk about because before I even go to what I was about to talk about, I got to get your take on R. Kelly remixing Chris Brown from Prison. Residuals. It sounds like it's funny that an R&B dude is in jail making more rounds in the R&B world than the people that's out, except for Trey Songz punching folks.
No comment, huh?
You heard what Jussie Smollett said.
Wow.
What did Jussie say? No, what did he say?
That even after Robert Kelly got blacklisted, they were still using him to ghostwrite for Star.
Oh. Damn.
It's on the podcast.
Damn.
Wow. Didn't know.
After I realized Jussie was busy trying to line me up, I released it so everybody could hear. Right before the election. And then he got pardoned right before the administration left. They overturned his conviction for lying.
Oh, there you go.
Even though he tried to convince me that whole thing was a plot against him because he didn't want to work with R. Kelly. Which is really, really, really confusing because you said it was MAGA people that came after you. You didn't say it was anybody from the TV shows or from the studios.
Correct.
That make some kind of sense.
Come on.
You blame MAGA, but the real reason why it happened was because you didn't want to work with R. Kelly because you got mothers and sisters. You got aunties too.
Come on.
Your aunt, Kamala Harris. By marriage.
Oh, damn.
You didn't know that?
Didn't know that.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Kamala Harris's husband is related to the Smollett family.
Wow.
It'd be starting to make sense a little bit.
Demonic National Convention party.
Jeez.
Shout out to Jasmine Crockett. I can't wait till they investigate the rest of your finances. You got a lot of property for a little girl in politics. She's starting to look more like the Black Marjorie Taylor Greene to me.
Hold on. Let her make it, Jack. Let her make it.
Let her make it. Sounds like she's making it real good. She's got a lake house. She's got a condo. She's got a townhouse.
Only been in
Pretty
office for
steep.
like for 3 years. It seems like. Damn.
That's the accelerated track in politics. Nobody makes it in politics
Wow.
that fast. Nobody
Wow.
gets it that quick. Unless you're cheating or you're being propped up.
Oh, okay.
But then again, I do remember you from the parking lot of Papa Do's.
Papa Do's. What's that?
Okay. God damn. Let me get your take
I
on.
remember when she first started trying to get over to Washington. What was that back? 2016.
Yeah, she came on our platform right before you. Wanted to run for the representative of I think Oak Cliff or South Dallas or
Yeah.
one of the districts. And once she won the district, there was a big push behind her.
There
And
was a
then
huge push behind her, and I know the people that were pushing her.
mm,
And unfortunately for them, they fell for the Abomination plan.
not the Obama.
People really, 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 really are pissed off at me that I called it right, ain't they? Because I told y'all Trump was going to win.
You did?
She did say that.
So wait, you're not pissed at the tariffs? Or we haven't seen the effect of the tariffs, but
Understand this. Whatever surgical work he's doing to stop the hemorrhaging of finances that the demonic National Convention Party has put us through, it's necessary. Like, that's the thing that I don't understand. If everyone's talking about how broken the country is, why are you mad at the people that are trying to do their best to fix it as quickly as they can? He ain't even been in office 6 months.
Thank you.
And look at what's happening.
Thank you.
Didn't your eggs get a little bit cheaper?
Hey.
Thank you.
Gas is a little cheaper in certain places. It's going to take time.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't had no problem giving all of that time to the Dems when they were screwing everything up. Keep that same energy.
Keep that same energy. And by the way, anytime Democrat or Republican take office, anytime a new president take office, people lose their job, man. I mean, that's just how it works. Because when everybody keeps saying to me, this is what's personally happening to me, man, Trump, and he done get it with Trump. A lot of people losing their jobs because of Trump. That's all I hear. That's all I hear from people. They say Trump took office and made a lot of people lose their job. Well, guess what? When Biden took over, I lost my job. I got cut. I got cut with a lot of 48 other people. I think it was about 48 people. So many people lost their job when the Democrats came in. So let's just be fair and say, whenever the presidents change, somebody lose their job, somebody gains. So you can't say that Trump made people lose their job, because if somebody else would have won other than Trump, people would have still lost their job. People would have still lost their job if the Democrat would have been in there. Then the Trump people would have lost jobs. So somebody loses a job every time presidential switch office. Facts.
Take time.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't had no problem giving all of that time to the Dems when they were screwing everything up. Keep that same energy.
Well, Obama just said yesterday that if it was him doing this, he would get crucified. Maybe because he's saying I'm a black man doing it. But he said, imagine if it was me doing this.
It wouldn't be you doing it, because the people that's running you wouldn't let you. Stop acting like you have more power than you ever had. Puppet. Your authority is about as real as my Jaguars. Puppet.
Pinocchio. Michelle Obama. She's always been a target of yours.
Not really.
Yeah, I'm gonna say y'all vouch, or what is your status and your outlook on Michelle Obama as of
At
right
one
now
point
today?
in time, I wanted to support her because she was a black first lady. Period. She was black. She wasn't mixed. She wasn't anything. She was a black woman and she was first lady. Let's not act like that didn't mean something to every black woman in America, because it did. We were trained for it to matter in our minds. We need to stop worrying about color all the time. Because the truth is, the biggest problem with the black community is the black community. We can't blame it on this color or that color or this the political party. No, we have to take responsibility for what we've allowed to happen to us.
That's a start.
We always
That's
looking for
definitely a
somebody to
start.
blame.
That's definitely a start.
Blame yourself.
That is a start. With
You know,
anything.
it's amazing. They sat by for all of those years and watched nothing but lies and nothing but confusion.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything went haywire and the dollar just plummeted through the floor. Y'all wasn't talking all of that talk then. So don't talk it now. Like if you didn't care while you were watching people screw things up, then just keep your opinion to yourself about people that are trying to clean that mess up. What is it in America that if we don't like somebody because of the way they look or the way they dress or if they don't, watch the same, like it's so funny. It's like
Wow.
it's almost like everybody wants everybody to think the same, be the same, act the same, do the same. Do you remember that time when I sat here with y'all and I said we're so free we don't know that we're not?
Yes, ma'am.
Was I wrong?
Every day proves you right. Every day we keep looking and breathing.
Everybody's supposed to be so rebellious. Everybody's supposed to be so this and so that and such a badass. But the truth is, Americans are the most compliant people in the world. You do what
At,
you're told and you believe what you see, even when it's a lie. Y'all can sit there and listen to it and hear nothing but lies be told. But because you see the picture or the image, you register it as true. That's how our minds have been trained. You have been trained.
Brainwashed.
yeah, no, the moon landing
Which
I for
takes
sure thought was
which
real.
but it takes me back to the Bible again. Lean not into thine own understanding.
Yeah.
Like it be really killing me, like how many people really don't understand what the Bible say. When you lean on something, you lean on it because you believe it can support you, it can hold you up. You can have faith in it when you lean on something. So when God says, lean not into thine own understanding, he made it very clear. It was made very clear. Don't believe what's in your mind because everything in there is lies.
Come on.
If all you know is lies, lies seem normal, don't they?
That's facts. Tell it
Like
to a
like like
kid.
a kid that
Like,
grows up
right.
in the Klan. He was not born racist. He was not born a bigot.
Right.
But years of systematic programming to his environment around him has him now thinking and believing and feeling ways about a person who he probably would have a good time playing trucks with, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then that little boy grows up to be a teenager. And then he starts putting all of that activity out into the world and that energy out into the world. And then it finds him. And now he's got a reason to defend it. And then the next thing you know, he's wearing a white hood and burning down houses.
And burning down houses.
That is facts.
Everything that little
Mm-hmm.
boy was taught,
Taught.
he believed it to be true.
In the
Exactly.
name of white Jesus.
Right.
So, yeah, fake Jesus. So when he takes a life and his mind is justified, it's the same with everything. We ain't no different than them. Look at the way we do our people. Look at how we do ourselves. You're nobody if you don't have this car.
Crazy.
You're nobody if you don't own this much jewelry. You're nobody if you don't summer or vacation there. You're nobody if you don't wear this designer. I was in my meditation, back at home on the mountain. I think so clear, G. It's just me and God and the birds and nature. And I can hear so much better when I listen. And I was thinking about, I don't know why that's happening because I had it on Do Not Disturb.
Right. You said you were thinking about who?
So I can make sure it's on Do Not Disturb.
Go ahead.
Okay. Don't you just love that?
Yeah. Yes. You got the.
Wow, I don't know why that's. Yeah, it is on Do Not Disturb. Nothing should be breaking through. All right. Well, it's still
Nothing
on
should
Do
be
Not
breaking
Disturb.
through.
Yeah,
Breaking through.
that's cash.
See,
Cash money, baby. Get lower, get mo. Hey.
come on.
Number one single coming to a jail cell near you.
Oh man, right next to R. Kelly, the remix.
His friends should be there with him. They really should. He shouldn't be going through all of this alone. That's so unfair.
And
But like
hold on,
I was saying,
yeah, please, yeah.
I was 6 years old, right? And Cabbage Patch dolls was a big thing. And this is when I started understanding that I was just different than everybody else. And when I finally got one, but when I didn't have one, when everyone else did, it was just like, oh my God, you have to have a Cabbage Patch doll. Oh my God, if you don't get a Cabbage Patch doll, everyone's going to know your parents don't love you. You're not going to have any friends because we all play with our dolls and you need to. I'm 6.
Wow.
And one of the ugliest dolls in America.
Right.
Is my lifeline to not being ostracized from society.
Wow.
Because I didn't own that ugly little doll. So I got one. And then it was, you got yours after everybody got theirs.
Never good enough. Never
so
good enough.
I started collecting them. It just became a mission for me almost. And I ended up having more Cabbage Patch dolls than most of the girls who got them first. And one day, the girl had asked me how many dolls I had. And I told her. It was a good amount. And she said, man, your parents bought you all of those? And I said, no, I bought those all myself with my allowance. You bought them? Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was like, I got one that I'm giving away. You want it? I'm getting a new one.
Come on. Jeez. And that's society for you.
But understand that the pressure to lobby all that pressure on that little person. Also, you can force their parents to the store to buy something that the family doesn't even need. That doll didn't make me or break me. It didn't make me any different than I was when I didn't have any or when I had a bunch.
Yeah.
Funny thing was, those kids, they felt special because their parents got it for them, but they were all jealous of me, and I bought my own. See, that's the difference. Everybody's looking for a handout. That's why all of these people are still protecting these monsters. Because they worry about what's going to happen to them when they're not in power anymore. You know that saying? The devil you know is better than the devil you don't?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the industry. for a lot of people.
The devil you know is better than the what? I forgot.
You know that saying? The devil you know is better than the devil you don't?
Yeah.
The devil you know is better than the devil that you don't know. Because if you don't know, now you know. Yeah. I got to remember that.
Because they worry about what's going to happen to them when they're not in power anymore. You know that saying? The devil you know is better than the devil you don't?
Yeah.
That's the
industry.
industry.
Heard that saying.
For a lot of people.
But I'm down with it, though.
Makes sense. Jeez.
There's a lot of people that just accepted that they were going to have to deal with Clive if they wanted to make it to a certain position. Because the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. All of those artists who see all of these suspicious things that happen to all of their counterparts that were all managed by Mr. Davis even long before. I wonder, does it ever really cross Alicia Keys' mind that man managed Janis Joplin? Janis Joplin! And the second that she tried to break away from him, next thing you know, dead in a bathtub, alleged overdose, kind of like Whitney Houston. But people also said that she was beaten up too, allegedly, just like Whitney Houston. How do you sign a contract with a man with those kind of details looming about? With the way you treated Phyllis Hyman, how does Jennifer Hudson feel safe with this man controlling her career after what he did to Phyllis Hyman? The devil you know is better than the devil you don't.
Wow. Pray about it. Jeez. So, you know, I got to get your take on you've always been vocal, and we look at in the industry, and we look at like a Wendy Williams. Is there a cautionary tale to be learned when we see the situation going on with Wendy Williams, or is it just, again, we don't want karma's just a word they throw out there, but is it just old age that happens to where you don't manage your money well, family is not put together?
That ain't got nothing to do with it. They ain't got nothing to do with it.
They ain't got nothing to do with it.
They lined her up.
Facts.
Ooh.
If that got something to do with it, why she can't control her own stuff? Why they making her have some type of power attorney over her money and stuff? Yeah. Somebody getting paid.
They knew exactly who around her was weak and who they could work against her. And then when everything was at its most unstable, all of a sudden, Wendy needs a conservator.
Appointed by the state.
Ain't nobody talking about all of that craziness with Kelvin and the Sharita and the babies and the this and the that. Wendy makes it to her son's graduation. They have that wonderful time. They were spending some time together, and then all of a sudden, she does a couple of interviews. They slap a gag order on her, and now she can't say anything. And then instantly, they start trashing her son, playing with her son. I know what that's like. They've done it to me. Y'all seen Trash doing. Y'all seen it.
Yeah, we've seen it.
So, the only thing that Wendy could have done different was never taken any of their money and just found a way to make it on her own. Because she could have. She had the tenacity. But I think for a lot of people, it's just after you've put in so much and after they've taken so much, damn it, you want yours, There's that part where people just get to that point. They don't want to have to start all over again. They don't want to have to keep relocating. They don't want to have to keep doing this. They don't want to have to keep doing that. The devil they know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think everyone really should ask themselves, how are all of these other people not able to do what I do?
That's facts.
They want me in a conservatorship. They work very hard to try to put me in a hospital. They work very hard to try to make me this, try to make me that, try to make me this, try to make me that.
Mm-hmm.
And yet I'm still here. Sane as I ever was. Sound mind, body, spirit. And the closest they can get to suing me is lying about me while I was in jail for something else that somebody else tried to set me up for. This shit is laughable. It's laughable. And most of it is illegal. Like what Sean Atwood was over there doing. Platforming all of those frauds and encroaching them around me and trying to give people the ability to make it seem like I was over there helping you lightweight throw Diddy cases. That's why I destroyed every last one of them freaks you put in front of me one by one. I demolished Courtney Burgess.
You sure did. Especially Courtney. God damn.
Put Lamisha Fuller on her back. Adria English.
Oh my God.
Is an even bigger joke now than she ever was.
Oh my God, you are so right. You are so right, Jack. God dang. I mean, she kicked some tail, y'all. She didn't just kick. She whooped some tail. I don't know what else to say, man. Especially with Courtney. I said, oh Lord. Oh my goodness. Courtney, you got it the worst. Oh my God. How can you be so dumb and set yourself up? The females also.
On her back. Adria English is an even bigger joke now than she ever was. Chris Todd. Has anyone seen old Chrissy boy?
Chrissy boy? He said, yeah, I like him. He said, Chris said something about the Music Recording Network. But see, I stay neutral, man. You can't mess with me, dog, because I have not said anything, even though you did some crazy stuff. I'm like, yo, man, that's kind of, hey, anyway, whatever. Y'all know he the one that wrote the book with Courtney. Courtney didn't even read the book. What kind of person are you that you're doing business with a person that's y'all doing books, right? And Courtney ain't even read the book. That's just like saying I'm a car designer. Me and you, we're gonna go in business together designing this car. And everybody drove the car but you. I ain't never drive it. Why not? I ain't trying to drive. You don't want to drive your own car? You don't want to read your own book? Some stuff just don't sit right.
Or is he busy trying to get a deal like that other white boy who was the diddler's mule, who walked away scot-free?
Oh yeah.
All that stuff they found on him.
Yeah, he did walk away from that whole situation.
He got a better deal than Jonathan Audie.
Yeah, right. At least for now. Yeah, Audie was singing too. He was telling it. Shit.
And didn't nobody want to believe him in a police station. It's funny. Seems like cops never believe anything that people tell them.
When it sounds that outlandish at the time of, like out of nowhere, this...
Understand this. That's not what that was.
It was being filmed and everything.
Why does everybody want to believe that all of these people ain't bought and paid for?
That's facts. I forget we live in a country that you can purchase your freedom.
Bought and paid for justice. I can call out 15 states right now that do it. And unfortunately, Texas is one of them because they're doing it to me right now.
Yeah, they say if
you have real, serious criminals, dangerous people running around Dallas freely. while you still trying to hold my feet to the fire for things you know I didn't do.
Well,
Like, let's be clear about that. While they've been busy trying to run cases down on me, Yellow Beezy been running around for how long? And Mo's been dead since when?
Now. He in jail now.
2020?
Yep.
So,
and he been riding around, going up to Mario Andretti in that little Mozzie coupe. Go-kart racing. And people are putting up fake Crime Stoppers on me for what? Explain that.
Then I would have to explain the power of the troll farm, which that's something that is shit.
That's over. We just waiting for the body to drop.
Okay.
They cloned Set in the West. They cloned the wrench that came into my channel, trying to inflame me, gaslight me.
Gaslight you. That's crazy.
Please, give us your thoughts on
the only way that could happen in my StreamYard, because it says authenticated by YouTube. A cloned account authenticated by YouTube in my StreamYard studio, trying to convince everybody that they were the real Set in the West. And all I said was, if that is truly who you are, we share the same StreamYard studio. Let yourself up. You don't need to hit a link. If you're the real Set in the West, you have access to the studio directly. I was live for 12 and a half hours proving that fact. It was interesting when the real Set in the West came in, and all of that evidence that I collected, screenshots, video recordings of the people pretending on camera, sticking a middle finger up at me with a cheap piece of crap ring, fat hands on an unhealthy broad. Isn't impersonation not allowed on YouTube?
Apparently it is.
It's not allowed.
Apparently it is.
Wanna know what's funny? Somebody came into my StreamYard that day imitating you, Joker.
I have heard there's a fake life Joker out there, I guess you could say.
Oh no, yeah.
Damn.
It's Cultivate with Kai. My former mod.
Damn.
Cloned you and has been running around impersonating you. Why is this being allowed on YouTube? Because they're cloning accounts and they're pretending to be me and people from my affiliated channel saying all kinds of inflammatory things, all kinds of lies, making up all kinds of stuff. Why is YouTube allowing that?
Hell, YouTube could be manipulated, I guess. Shit.
The only way you could manipulate something like that is if you had access to how the mainframe operates and you were able to hack your way in. And if that's the case, YouTube should be scared. Why aren't they investigating any of these people? Why are we the only ones sending all of this evidence to the FBI? I don't know.
That is the question. So with that being said, yeah, we definitely want to let the people know, everything that you have going on, because I know since the last conversation you have changed a lot as far as your platforming, and it's constantly cultivating. So where are we now? What do you have now that outside of course Instagram and the...
Oh my God, I gotta take down that Cash App. That's not my Cash App anymore. Cash App, they deleted my Cash App.
Oh damn. So yeah, we're gonna take that down. We're gonna put something over that. We're gonna
Well, my
superimpose the
real
real one.
cash, well, the cash app, the only cash app that I'm interested in anyone donating to now is cruelty free artistry, and it's just $ cruelty free artistry. I forgot to change that.
No worries. I'm gonna try to go in there and
Isn't that funny? The block lawsuit happens. The Jigga Man is named.
Jigga Man.
yeah.
Mo 3's unalivement. The payments were made on Cash App.
Yeah. No.
Damn.
I believe Zelle was being kind of
Oh no,
sued
and Cash App.
and Cash App for being able
Yeah.
to handle these type of situations, illegal criminal activities through
Why
a
ain't
payment
nobody
system.
talking about that? Why ain't nobody talking about that?
That's
No one's
crazy.
talking about
Why
it.
is everyone
Let's talk
avoiding
about
all of the things that the Jigga Man is being implied in? They only seem to care about the cases that are either attached to Diddy or make him look like a certified PDFer. But nobody's talking about all the theft, 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 theft. Why ain't nobody talking about that school? That Roc Nation school, where they promised everybody they would graduate debt free, and now all these kids is up to here. And they're being instructed to get loans, and they changed the terms of the school, and it is and it that, and the woo titty woo.
You know, when black schools fail, the Oprah, LeBron,
Did they
they don't.
fail?
No, well, when they're not doing as expected, they seem to
No,
not
did
talk
they
about it.
fail?
No, I don't think so. I mean, hell, I don't know.
I think they're doing exactly what they wanted to do.
I'm gonna say, yeah, hell, I don't know.
Everyone is sitting there talking about, oh, well, the school didn't do well. What makes you think that wasn't intentional?
Okay.
It's almost like
What makes you think that these Akata ain't set all of this stuff up to take advantage of their people because they know how easy it is to do?
Wow.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
You stupid enough to give it to them.
Wow.
That's how they feel.
It sounds like the meme coin where like Trump or whoever makes like this a coin cryptocurrency just to cash out after 24 hours or 48 hours after it's created. It seemed like that's the same kind of thought process. Like, hey, let's create this thing, let's get a lot of funding for it, and then to what school? What we talking about?
He never even showed up. And that book of high occupancy vehicle filled with demons. You got them studying that book about him? Sounds like worship to me.
Don't say that. Wow.
When are all of you going to acknowledge that this is bigger than the reality, the false reality that you've chosen to accept? This is a fight between good and evil. What acts like God will show. What acts like the devil will show. If you keep seeing that these people that you have made gods, that you have made this, that you have made that in your mind, if you choose not to see these people as the devil, it's because you want to be just like them.
Yeah.
Not no more. Not no more.
Powerful.
Choose wisely.
I used to want to be, but not no more.
Man, with that being said, what outside of Cash App, we'll get that fixed. But what platforms are you on now? What channels?
Jaguarwright.com, of course, is what we have going on. I have the Jaguar Wright effect, and that is for the Jaguar Wright community, my Jaganators. That's where we come, and they get to hear it from me. They get to experience it with me. I'm now doing my virtual diary over there, so y'all don't want to miss that. And there's memberships available, and each membership has a different perk. And then we also have the Jaguar Wright Show, and I can't wait to announce who my next guest is going to be. I think it's going to knock everybody's socks off. We'll keep it on the low for a second.
Okay, you always deliver. You always deliver.
Well, part of the reason why is because I haven't said anything,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to, but we've been in negotiation with Zeus.
Oh, that's needed. Oh, that's needed. Oh,
Mm.
that might be the right house. Hey, Lamel Plummer, if you're listening, uh,
Um, we've
come
been in
on.
negotiation.
Mm-hmm. If
They
you're
said they
listening,
wanted to start filming at the end of the month, and I didn't want to speak about it too soon, but hell with it. Might as well. Now, what I'm curious is to how this is going to work
mm-hmm.
because it's for me to do my own like talk show slash
Mm-hmm.
podcast there. And it's funny because they approached me. Someone had approached me about the aunties last year, and
Right, I was about to
I'm
say they
I'm
had the
I'm glad
aunties.
I missed it. I'm glad I missed it.
Yeah, no, you're forced by yourself to be. Yeah, by yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Facts.
That
I'm glad I missed it.
She can rock by
you need no
herself.
co-host.
I was real cool on that. Um, so
Facts.
that was last year, and
Mm-hmm.
this is this year. So we'll see. Honestly, they could use somebody like me over there. They could. They could use something that's a little different than everything else over there. But I can't. Um, we'll see if it happens. Like I said, we're in negotiations. So
Yeah, we're only praying for that to happen. Again, you are the industry. So
Mm-hmm.
anything else is probably second fiddle to what you are,
Facts.
which is
well, I
Facts.
mean,
really
what I have planned for that Zeus schedule is pretty ridiculous, especially considering that I'm going to be inviting some of my friends that I met at Mar-a-Lago to come and sit with me and share their stories
11
mm,
o'clock.
of how fake news tried to destroy their life or their family.
there you
That's
go.
the one thing that me and Donald Trump really do have in common right now. Our disdain for fake news and the damage that it does to real people.
Mm.
There you
Like you
go.
gotta think about the gravity of that. What fake news does to real people.
Right.
Mm.
And then after it's done, it's the apology. it's
Mm,
the it's the oh.
whatever. Whatever. They can keep their apology. They can just pay me so I can continue to build cruelty free artistry because there are so many great artists that
Mm-hmm.
after these houses of ill repute fall, they're gonna need a place to go where they can be nurtured and encouraged in an environment that will help them be the best independent artists that they can be because that's all we're doing at Cruelty Free.
Mm.
There
It's
you
a
go.
nonprofit organization for a reason.
Okay.
Um, we're not interested in signing people to record deals. We're interested in creating partnership, possibilities for themselves as we build the community. To be able to have your own search engine built around you with a system that's there to support it, where all artists are supporting one another. We need that. Like
Yes.
artists need to start caring more about other artists rather than just worrying about competing with them.
Correct.
We could
Um.
do so much more working together. And that's why when I think about what Suge was saying about how when him and the other guys were trying to get together to create their own distribution house so they could walk away from the UMG, so they could walk away from the Warner Brothers, and so they could be a self-contained business, just like what Sam Cooke tried to do before he was unalived by suspicious means.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, the
Yes.
simple fact that it was Jay-Z that ran back to Diddy and they went and told the man to shut them down so that they couldn't do that. Like that's the thing that's bothering me.
Mm.
The diddler, the jigger man,
Mm.
they have literally done everything that they can do to make sure our people
Mm-hmm.
are stuck in bad deals.
Mm.
And they say, oh, you're trying to take a good black man down. Why? Because he's a billionaire?
I mean, even Jermaine Dupri has said, I don't see why people don't sign 360 deals. Like he's basically saying, sign into that slave culture. I'm like, damn, Jermaine, you're supposed to be on the cusp of getting us out of these type of slave
No,
type deals.
don't forget how he was raised up. Don't forget where he was mentored. Def Jam with Russell and Leor. Don't forget that his father was a major hitter in the game. He is legacy, Jermaine Dupri. If anybody is going to work to uphold the system, it's going to be him.
Mm.
That's crazy, man.
I hear you.
Like, that's just it. And it's sad. It's
Yes.
sad. But the only way to beat the devil is don't take nothing from him, G.
Don't
Come
take
on.
nothing from him,
Don't
G.
take nothing from him.
Don't ask for anything from him, G.
Come on.
Like, I'd rather,
Do it
I would
yourself.
rather be all of those terrible things, homeless and bereft and all of that stuff, than take anything from the devil.
Yeah, do it yourself.
Yeah, I think he
I don't-
tried to shame what's the name from SWV. In Vogue for sleeping in the car, saying she wants to sleep in the car, and and she responded like, "Wow, that's what he took from that." And
Understand this.
That's crazy when somebody take the wrong
The
things
victim
from
machine keeps going on.
trying to make you
When I heard her say,
less yourself.
Ray told me, everybody is every man for himself, I could hear the sadness in her voice. Because I know if he told her that.
yeah, no, I already know you're about to go with it.
And then his brother just passed, and it's weird right now. Because Wayne died just like a couple of days after Angie, and ain't nobody talking about that either. With all that he did. And people keep forgetting he was the one that actually helped discover Destiny's Child and got them signed to Sony.
Yeah.
Why does nobody know that?
And I don't think we've even had your take on the Grammys, Jag, when Beyonce did finally got what Jay-Z asked for.
I ain't need to talk about it. Everybody else figured it out.
Yeah, it's kind of right in our face. It's kind of right there. I was like, okay.
And they do it right there in your bed. Did you see when they called it?
Boom. Sell it. You got to sell it. You have to sell it. You gotta sell. You gotta
I wonder
sell.
how many times she practiced that in the mirror. She practices everything she does.
Were you at least proud of Doechii, who of course still kind of does a real rap thing but then again,
You don't want to know what I think about Doechii. You don't.
okay, yeah, shit. I mean, she admits to drugs. She admits to a lot of things that the industry likes to
I
not
don't
to shy
have
away from.
issue with any of that stuff. What I do have issue with is all of the people who I do believe are industry plants that she has lined herself up with, and now she is selling all kinds of very strange propaganda. When I first saw her on Tiny Desk, loved it. I'm like, now that's talent. That's talent. And then the next time I saw her, she was doing a public concert in LA, her and her DJ, and she was ass naked. She's sitting up there in drawers with knee-high socks on.
Was it the drugs? I mean,
Stuck up her ass.
Damn.
And you want to know what was crazy? She was killing it. And I couldn't even appreciate it. Because all I was looking for was ones. Because all I saw was a stripper.
That's messed up, Jack.
People keep forgetting I'm a bisexual woman. I wasn't looking at an artist. I was looking at a stripper. I was wondering where the pole was. She recently made an appearance where she had a huge split up the front, and she wasn't wearing no drawers.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he don't got no panties, huh? Then this was the thing for me that killed the whole Doechii thing. For me, real disappointment when she kicked the line and said that straight black men are a red flag.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Red flag for what, though?
Oh, you didn't hear that line?
I didn't hear that one. Damn.
Yeah, straight black men are a red flag.
Meaning what?
How do y'all feel about that as straight men? Straight black men.
I believe she's part of the agenda to kill the black male, the dominant black male in the household. She has to be part of that agenda to even get on a platform and say, beware of straight black men.
All that.
That is why.
What you're implying is that there are no straight black men.
Wow.
What you're implying is that everybody has a monthly drop ship to the Peachy Man product. So let me say this. Here's real advice from a real artist who done everything you already done many times over. Stop. Stop. Whatever confusion you have about men and women, especially black men and women, stop discussing it in public. If you want to believe that all black men are potentially homosexual, then have that conversation with Issa Rae. You know, I'm sure she wouldn't mind talking about that with you. All her experiences with Diddy. Stop. You are embarrassing yourself and you are embarrassing your people. You are probably one of the most talented female MCs that we've seen in at least 10 years. And all you want to do is be naked? I know you're from Florida, but come on. Come on. And y'all girls from Florida need to stop blaming it on Florida. There's plenty of places where it's hot. People have clothes on. You just want to be naked. The heat is an excuse.
Hey. Yeah, speaking
like
of...
Real rat.
Real
Stop.
rap. Real rap.
Because there's other young girls who are listening to you. And now they all gonna be giving the side eye at every real black man they meet because of what you said when you was probably writing while you was high. Like that line, straight black men are a red flag, is the same to me as you look so good, I suck on your daddy's dick.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Damn, Biggie. Shit.
That's not, that wasn't a,
And the funny
I ain't
thing
like
about
that
it is,
line.
that wasn't even Biggie's line. He jacked that from Richard Pryor.
Yeah, that's fact. I remember that too.
Message.
Whose main writer just passed away not that long ago either. Paul Mooney.
Oh, yes.
And his very complicated background with Hollywood.
Paul Mooney. I'm looking that up.
They keep tricking our people into tricking our people into not believing who we really are. If you can honestly say that straight black men are a red flag, only thing that proves is you've never met one.
Yeah, they say one could scorn all experiences after, and I think she got scorned by somebody that might have.
You never you never met a real black man.
Oh, I know who he
Which
is.
means you've been hanging around a bunch of punks for a long time. Because if you believe that, that means all the niggas you know are peachy men. So what is it about you that only attracts that kind of person to you? Because see, we are what we attract. I'm a bisexual woman. I have 2 ex-husbands and they're both bisexual as well. We are what we attract. If you only meeting peachy men, and you believe that straight black men are a red flag, then that just means you've spent a lot of time with niggas that suck as much dick as you.
Wait a minute, baby. Wait a minute.
Damn.
That's your failure in life. Don't put that on the whole race. That's your failure in life. And that's whoever's raised you failure, because somebody should have taught you what a real black man looks like.
Let's go.
That's failure in your life. Stop pushing that shit out to the world.
Let's go.
Stop. Because see, that's what they want you to say. Because they don't want our people to keep propagating. They don't want our people to get stronger. They want everyone to look at us like we're the freaks, we're the weirdos, we're the this, we're the that. And thanks to the Diddies and the Jiggers and the 50s and the Swiss and the Roses and the Drakes.
The demasculation agenda.
Don't do that. Stop now. Because I promise you, 20 years from now, you're going to be doing an interview talking about how embarrassed you were yourself for saying that. That I promise you.
There you go.
While
There
you're
you
sitting
go.
there and they're talking about all your accolades and they start asking you about some of that wild shit that you had to say now that you said so that you can stay popular with the people that's putting you on, when all you gotta do is put some fucking clothes on and rap. You kill everybody.
That's crazy.
Yes.
You want to be a propaganda queen. That never turns out good. Look at Omarosa. She was a propaganda queen.
Hey, come on.
And I tell you what, she worked for the Trump administration, and I can promise you she'll never see these cards again. That's what happens to propaganda queens. They get drug out of the White House by their lace front in the middle of the night across the lawn on camera.
Blink twice. Okay, Jack.
I'm sorry, but that's just what's real. I know plenty of good straight black men, and as a black woman, I am highly offended by that statement.
Preach.
Your mama or your daddy should have taught you better. But I promise you one thing, Issa Rae ain't gonna teach you how to do shit, but keep doing this. Look at what they did to Tiffany Haddish. You think they won't do the same to you? Y'all get real comfortable with treacherous people. You better than me. I could never feel that comfortable. Oof. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Jack, let me ask you. This is an unserious question, but
What?
Unserious question.
you know, speaking of famous black women, you know, we see a woman like Onija Robinson go over to Pakistan looking for a husband, start wiping her nose and kicking her feet, and now she's one of the biggest sensation on the internet. What advice do you have for a woman like that who has overnight sensation on this internet, you know, and probably is in high demand everywhere, and they just want to catch her on the street and just get something from her? What advice do you have?
Why?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Why?
It seems like we like to see a train wreck.
It
We love
seems
them.
like that's all that people like to see. As black people, we should be embarrassed. Real rap. And no disrespect to her, don't know her. And whatever she on, that's what she on. But that whole thing is a mess. It's a mess. It's just the stuff that people is into. I mean, she ain't no different than Charles and Netta.
Oh, man.
Like, just disasters.
Yeah.
Disaster. And the thing is that's not funny. Because whatever she's going through, she's for real about that.
She's for real.
No, she's for real.
Yeah, she's for real, and we're watching it like,
but
ha.
That's not what the world see. And everybody is sitting there clowning and laughing and clowning and laughing and clowning and laughing. It's not cute. Like we've turned into the kind of society that enjoys watching people's pain.
Yes.
Like I'm no stranger to that. I know at least a third of the people that watch me do not see what I'm going through as anything other than entertainment. They don't see me as real. They're waiting for the next episode. Is Jag finally gonna find the right man? Is Jag gonna find the right woman? Is Jag gonna do this? Is Jag gonna do that? Is Jag gonna do this? Is Jag gonna do that? I got a better question. How many times do you ask yourself that question in a day?
What you gonna do? Forget about what Jag does. What
like,
you gonna do?
Y'all be coming through having mad questions about my life. Do you have any questions about your own?
Facts, baby. Keep pushing.
What are you gonna do today?
I'm gonna build an empire.
Gonna finally find the love of your life? Are you gonna finally be rich and successful? Are you? What do you ask yourself those questions?
Come on.
Like, people be really invested in other people's lives stories for nothing more than entertainment. Like, somebody came through my chat the other day, was the last time we had to move around before I made it back to the mountain. And oh, Jag, I'm so sorry this keeps happening to you. My heart just breaks for you. And I kept it a whole buck with her. I kept it a whole motherfucking bean. Sure did. Fuck your sorry, bitch. Fuck you mean you sorry?
You sorry.
Call your congressman. Call the FBI. Tell them you're watching heinous crimes happen to a human being for no reason at all. Don't be sorry. Sorry it's happening to me?
Come on.
That means you glad it's not happening to you. You glad you just get to watch.
Wow.
You know, it used to be black exploitation movies, black exploitation movies, but it seems like social media has moved to like real exploitation, that we're just watching to find our entertainment as black people.
We just monetized it.
Yeah.
Monetized. There was something else that Murad had said, and it was really interesting because they were talking about Justin Bieber going after the paparazzi and just saying all they cared about was money and exploitation, and they didn't care about human beings, and they, you know.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with what he was saying. What he was saying was accurate.
Right.
Murad was just sitting there saying how, imagine they're calling him crazy for calling these people out. But this is their job. They just stalk people.
This their job.
Like, the truth is, after what happened to Princess Diana, all that paparazzi shit should have been outlawed worldwide.
Exactly.
No, seriously, it should have been outlawed.
Yeah, to chase someone.
Princess Diana they were trying to get away from the paparazzi. That's how she died. You know, the way the paparazzi gaslit Britney Spears.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
They're the crazy ones. The people that make a living out of annoying other people. The people that make a living out of stalking people. The people that make a living who live for this. This is what you do for a living. You go to sleep. Oh man, I just gotta get up. I gotta get a shot of Britney. Oh man, just one shot of Britney is like what, 25K.
And you can't touch them.
Why not?
Right, exactly.
What they're doing is criminal.
Exactly.
It's criminal.
It's real close to it.
It's criminal. Constantly invading someone's privacy. It's criminal.
Yeah, in public.
Making a spectacle out of someone. It's criminal. People literally waiting for you to go from here to here just so they can get you with a picture with your mouth open and say you were high.
Mm-hmm.
Like they sit around and they think about this.
Society.
Man, they say, look, I just need one more viral Jag video and I can take the kids to Disney World, man. What am I gonna say today? Oh yeah, she screwed her kid. Come on. All right, we got it. We got it. That's what we're doing. Yeah, she did that. I want y'all to just really think about this, though, for all of you that play that game. Maybe man's law won't do nothing to you, but God's laws is defined. Thou shalt not bear false witness. That's crime against God. That's breaking his law.
Amen.
You want to lie on yourself all day, all night if you want to. You can do that. You have to live with the ramifications of that. But when you start lying on other people, what you're actually doing is breaking the commandments. Those are God's law. And he might not come quick. And he might not come immediately. But when my God shows up, I promise you, you'll feel him. You will feel him. Every last one of you have actually sired yourself to hell. Every lie you've ever told on me, everything you've ever done, you ran afoul of God. And the sad part about it is you did it against me and damned yourself when all I'm doing is telling you God says. You're not even mad at me for me. You're mad at me because of what I believe in and what I stand up for. But what I believe in and what I stand up for comes from God. You ain't got a me problem. You have a God problem. If I'm doing everything that God asked me to do, and everything that I've said has manifested as I said it would, that should be enough to let you know. Your arms is too short to box with God. And when God chooses to make a human being a miracle, because that's what he does with all of us. He makes us miracles.
Amen.
Preach to him, girl. Preach to him.
Why don't none of y'all want to be a miracle for God? Because the simple fact that I'm here right now, able to speak, still, that ain't nothing but a miracle.
Amen.
A miracle for God. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
Done to try to stop my breathing problem? Because there's a lot of people that feel like I got a breathing problem too, and they want me to stop.
It ain't happening.
Blah, blah, blah.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. There you go. There you go. Jag and I.
It's just 10.
Yeah, right.
Gave us is 10. 10. Not 20, not 80 million. Just 10. Why can't we ever keep them?
Follow 10.
Man. 10
make it harder. Come on.
10 steps to not running afoul of God and living a decent life and dying with dignity, honor, and integrity.
Yes.
Because all of that stuff that y'all doing to compromise yourselves for, you don't get to take it with you. And the truth is, most of y'all got it from the industry, so most of y'all not going to be able to keep it. Because they always come to collect, and they take back everything that they gave you with interest. Think about that. Next time y'all want to run around and start spreading all this weird propaganda, think about what you're doing it for.
That's right.
And on that note, Jaguar Wright Uncensored podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
Affiliated channels, Set in the West, Natural One. Our team is growing. You know, our community is growing.
Will we see more?
Oh, and shout out to Real News. She's another one of the new correspondents we're working with. Actually, that was the person who volunteered to be our correspondent at the courthouse for the Diddy trial in May.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
When it was funny.
Please.
Oh yeah, and I just and I started a Cameo account because people are always coming through asking me if I can sing a song, and sometimes we run goals, and sometimes I share music.
Long time.
You might as well get a Cameo, and then this way they can come.
I love it.
And they can put in a donation, and they can get a special request from me themselves. So you know that, amazing. and then Jaquilla.
Yeah, but say, will we see Jaquilla? That's what I want to know.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jaquilla.
Yeah.
She's loving it, and I can't wait for her to really just open up, because the truth is she talk Cash Money bullshit better than I do.
There you go. We're excited, man. We're excited on the journey you're about to take us on.
Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. I'm signed to a new management company, Push Management.
Okay, shout out Push Management. Shout out Push Management, man. We got
shout out Push.
Hopefully, and all expectedly, it's going to be taking you to the next level. Just quick question: May 12th is the opening statements of the Diddy trial. Mm-hmm. Can our audience hopefully see more of you right before, right during, or can we get some more Jaguar Wright on the blue couch, virtually, in person, whatever? Can we get some more of you during this trial, and will we see you? Can you say?
I couldn't imagine us not.
Okay.
At this time.
Okay.
No, just the journey and the catalog of work we've done together. At the end of the day, regardless of what anybody got to say,
come on,
we have made history repeatedly, time and time again. You know, somebody asked me something about someone, and I was saying that I might not always appreciate the ingredients. I might not even dig the process. But the real thing that counts is when you serve that meal. Can I eat it and enjoy it? Is it good to me? Does it nourish me? Does it leave me satisfied? And I think when it comes to us, people might not always like the ingredients. They might not always appreciate the process. But the views say they like the meal.
Hey.
And that's history.
There you go. And we're about to bring a full feast. So with that being said, we have to say it, Jaguar Wright. Once again, history is being made, and we thank you. We honor you. We appreciate you. And we have to say it once again, Jaguar Wright, you are a real life street star.
And a defender of freedom.
And a defender of freedom. We gotta salute it. We gotta salute it.
Yeah,
that's
most
it,
definitely.
man. Jaguar Wright. We got in the bag, man. Thank you again. We appreciate you. Have a blessed one.
Y'all,
be God and be good.
Y'all just keep keeping it real, like we've been keeping it real, and we just gonna keep on.
There you go. We on. Appreciate it, Jack. Thank you so much.
See you.
See you soon.
Hey.
Shout out real out street stars, nigga.
Hey. Man, that was deep. That was dope. That every time Jag speaks, man, it's something I can take away. What can I do to make myself better? What can I started this like 10 years ago. At least every day I say to myself, what can I do to make myself better? Or what did I do that made this situation turn out bad? What could I have done to prevent this from happening this way? A lot of people don't do that, man. A lot of people just try to act like they all that, or they try to act like they should be the ones. People should be bowing down to them, man, and you're not gonna make it like that. Look at Ray J. They started talking about Ray J, man, and I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, man. Ray J has never ever impressed me. Once he stopped singing a little bit, Could have been some type of artist, I'm assuming, but he never ever impressed me. Period. You don't show no. Where's your talent, dog? Hiding under a coat after Whitney died. That's your talent. Where's your talent, bruh? Please let me know. Look here. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Shout out to Jaguar Wright. Congratulations. She got herself a management team that's gonna work with her. Oh yeah, she about to flip the script on some of y'all people. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out. Jaguar. I ordered a t-shirt. I just ordered a Jaguar Wright shirt. 2 of them. They haven't came, but I got the receipt this time. I ordered it before and I forgot to get the receipt. So I ordered 4 t-shirts, hopefully. But one of them I can't find a receipt for, so I'll settle for just 2. And you can donate the rest of the money or whatever. And I am a Jagger. I'm a member, whatever the member is. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. That's my ventriloquist. Peace out.